Boys, girls, cats, and squirrels, SoCloseToast here, and welcome to the YouTube channel. Welcome. So, I've been putting in beta codes on the Xbox One for Black Ops 3 beta all last night. Amazing people were giving them to me, and none of them were working, and it just gave me a lot of perspective and time to think about life, to think about what are we all doing here, and really to ask the question that a lot of people seem to be putting up in the cloud of internet and the world and the universe of gaming, and saying, will Black Ops 3 fail or will it succeed? The consensus online is Xbox sucks and PlayStation 4 is just kicking its butt, and everybody, I guess, should get PlayStation 4 from now on, because Xbox is just having its issues and it's just not worth, going through the trouble of just trying to play a video game. Back in the day, you could literally just go, it would play. So I have a list of the good, the bad. Let me get into the bad first. How about you take the bad news first? So a big thing that I was noticing is lag spikes. Treyarch is classically known for, where they have the other person you're matched with in matchmaking, you're on the East Coast, which is me, they're on the West Coast, and it has us connected. So the connection of bullets is not going to make sense with the hitboxing, so these lag spikes are going to happen. Every time I try and kill somebody, it's going to take time for it to register in those millions of billions of seconds, but it matters when you're shooting at somebody and they turn around, just go, hi, give you the middle finger, and then just plow you over with bullets from a gun that's shooting BBs. It's like, what am I shooting, a paintball gun here? What is this, 007? The sliding, although the movements, and I said that they have a purpose in the first impressions video, the movements of the slide seems to be like your person slides way too long of a distance. Like, there's too long of a distance where it's way more than Advanced Warfare. I don't understand, because it's harder if you're sliding. Yes, there's perks and things you can set up where you can shoot and do these things, but I don't understand why they made the slide where you're literally sliding like 30 feet if you're in real life. It's like me being able to slide a block, and I tried to do that and it didn't work out. A big thing I noticed, and this is something that just seems very cosmetic, is the kill cams seem to be kind of everywhere. The fact that you can move everywhere in the map and do the double jumps and things like that, when you die, it just seems like the kill cam doesn't know where to go. Like, it's not matching up and motion tracking the body. So when you die, the camera sometimes just goes places and does things, and that's probably just some random glitch that happens, and maybe that'll be fixed in beta, but I doubt it. The shotguns seem to be super overpowered. I mean, all the guns are kind of overpowered in their own way, but I felt whenever I was turning a corner, whenever I was even just 20 feet from somebody, they were able to pop me with a shotgun. I should die around the corner, but I shouldn't die from 20 feet away and get caught and lose a gunfight that way, even if, I'm shooting them in the face. Another thing I noticed was target assist seems to be a little bit sensitive. When I'm shooting at somebody and they're next to a wall, or they're head glitching over a barrel of some sorts, I'm shooting them, and when they go to move, my gun just like is slingshotted into the wall as if like it's still trying to catch the person. And I know that's what target assist is meant for, but it seems like way too present in this game. It's good to have a little bit, but it seems like I don't know if this is just something for the beta to get everybody, if you're like 2 years old or out of the womb, you can pick up the controller and get a kill. I don't know if that is what the standard is for Call of Duty nowadays. I don't know. The target assist seems way too easy or just way too sensitive. A big thing with Treyarch games is the dropping of frames. When I'm going to kill somebody, when they're going to kill me, there's just some sort of glitch that happens where it drops frames, and it, sometimes can get you killed. So hopefully they figure that out. That's probably just a beta issue, but Treyarch has that in its game sometimes when, you're like, I'm pretty sure I was hitting that person, and then they just turned around and there's like a couple drop frames and some lag spikes mixed in with the crappy hitboxes that Treyarch has, and I don't understand how I didn't get that kill. Another big thing that you might just have to get used to playing the game more is that the players seem to really blend in with the backgrounds. You know, it's just a shiny piece of metal against another shiny piece of metal, but there's gotta be some kind of difference from the background to the foreground to make you realize, am I shooting at a plant or am I shooting at a player? And I don't know if that's in the intention or if I'm just going blind. Call of Duty 4 had the bare minimum of kill streaks and is still considered one of the most fun Call of Duty games to play. I still go back to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and play that game and just have a blast because of the simplicity. I think Treyarch missed the ball when they could have kept this game more simplistic, adding the specialist classes. If you have a specialist class, you have a kill streak. Technically, yeah, it's a power up, but that's a kill streak. You're either running around with a bow or giant stakes that you can just slam down and murder like the whole team. You can murder the whole team. I had back-to-back quad feeds doing this, and it's just like, we get it. You want to add in easier ways to kill people and interesting ways to kill people, and that's good and all, but sometimes simplicity is more important than all the complex stuff that you're adding in there so that the people who have no skill in Call of Duty can get a kill and feel like they're doing work in a game, that they got their money's worth. When, you know, back in the day, games took skill. You know, you had to at least spend a certain amount of hours to really get the skill down and learn all the techniques to the game. And this one, you can just go 30-4 with picking up a controller for the first time and being like, whoa, I mean, my mom could get a kill in this game, and that is just, why? Like, why? Somebody who has motion sickness is old. Why am I bashing my mom? Anywho, I don't understand why they have so many kill streaks, which I can drop a Hellstorm from space and get a quad feed or kill the whole team. Why is there no toaster in any of the maps? Let me know if you found a toaster in any of the 3 maps that are in the beta. For me, I personally have not found a toaster. I don't know why they're discriminating against toasters. All right, let's move on to the good news. A big thing that I noticed is the tons of customization that you can do. And I know there's going to be a wide variety of customizations to come. I mean, the amount of guns and things you can put on your guns and the amount of game modes you can already select. I mean, there's in core, they have, usually it's like TDM, domination, search for a beta. Well, they have TDM, search, kill confirmed, hardpoint, capture the flag, and domination. It's like, why are they putting all these game modes in? This must mean that there's a lot of customization in the game and the fact that you'll have a wide variety of choices. It's like you have half the game. I guess that's why it's like 12 gigs to download this beta. The maps, I have no complaints about the maps. It seems like they're not too big, not too small, but they range in different sizes. The water is amazing to swim in, and just have that element there is great. I've mentioned this before, that the jumping and the wall riding seems to have a purpose. Advanced Warfare, it seemed like it was just a free-for-all. You could just go anywhere, and it was just like crazy leapfrogging everywhere. And it just didn't seem to do really well. And I think that was because of the exosuit abilities. I know there's something different in Black Ops 3. It's not so much exosuits, but you have like a specialty boost, and it feels a little bit more fluid, and therefore it feels more balanced as far as wall riding and doing things like that. It all makes sense. And that fact that you can like wall ride and shoot at the same time, and you know, when you're doing that, you can risk falling and dying. It makes a lot of sense, and it puts a lot of risk if you're going to wall ride and do that, because you're an easy target. So there's a big balance with the maps, and I appreciate them for taking notice into other maps in the past that seem to be like, why am I in this corner of the map where there's no fighting going on? It seems like that you could really get into a gunfight anywhere amongst the maps. Another thing, I know they completely ripped off Destiny, but it's Activision, and Activision owns Destiny, so I understand why they coexist a little bit. And Battlefield, and a bunch of other games with the specialty classes. But I really appreciate that they put those in because it's a really cool element. You got that power-up bar just waiting to fill up. And once it does, you can just go ham. And it's really fun. A lot of them seem to be balanced, and unfortunately there's like the one, I call it Jack Sparrow, but whatever the arrow one is, seems a little bit OP because you just have to aim in the general direction of somebody and you just murder them. And that's why I feel like it's a little unbalanced, and why like maybe you shouldn't get any kill streaks at all for a part of the game, because I mean, you can go on a tear. Well, that about wraps it up. If I missed anything, and anything that you thought was bad or good or even ugly, if you're gonna go there, let me know in the comments below. I'll be continuing some Black Ops 3 stuff. I'm gonna be streaming some Black Ops 3, possibly on YouTube. I'm gonna be starting that and streaming on YouTube more often. So stay tuned for a bunch of that stuff, a bunch of content. Shake 'em and bake 'em.
Xbox, take a snapshot. Xbox, take a snapshot.